A native of Washington, Greg Spencer's association with the Lemoyne Center goes back to the time that the gymnasium was being built. He recalls hustling pop bottles and going to the West Store to buy candy for the workmen. He graduated from Washington High School and attended Wilberforce University, graduated cum laude from the University of Pittsburgh, and earned a master's at St. Francis University. In 2009, he was the recipient of the Distinguished Alumni Award from the University of Pittsburgh, and in 2012 presented a University of Pittsburgh's 225th Medallion, which was created to honor individual alumni whose achievements have brought honor to the university and whose efforts have contributed to Pitt's progress. After serving in the U.S. Air Force, he joined United States Steel Corporation. Greg has always been a pioneer. His first assignment was as a laborer in the tin finishing department. He was the first African American to work in a U.S. steel finishing warehouse. He later moved to the personnel department as a personnel clerk. He went to school at night and weekends while moving through the ranks at U.S. Steel. Again, throughout his career, he was the first African American to attain certain levels and roles. But because he was always reached back, it was not long before he was not the only. He eventually becomes the general manager of human resources for the entire company, including its steel, mining, and raw material operations in the United States and Canada. He had a successful 22 years at the company before being recruited to Equitable Resources, now EQT Corporation. As Vice President of Human Resources, he was later promoted to Senior Vice President and Chief Administrative Officer, where he was responsible for communications, supply chain, human resources, facilities, and administrative services. Greg is currently President and CEO of Randall Chemical Manufacturing Company. Recently, he restructured the company to market their products internationally. Under his leadership, the company now ships products to China, Taiwan, Singapore, Hong Kong, Vietnam, and Korea. In 2013, Randall was named a finalist for the Governor's Export Impact Award. After leaving EQT and before he acquired his company, he was elected interim executive director of the Manchester Youth Development Center upon the retirement of its founder. He volunteered to serve as the executive director of the Martin Luther King Reading and Cultural Center after it was closed by the Carnegie Library of Pittsburgh. He and his wife reopened and staffed the facility, recruited volunteers, and engaged the community in returning the center to be a safe haven for children. Greg Spencer's leadership potential was recognized early in his career. He was featured by Ebony magazine as one of the 50 future leaders of America and listed in Who's Who in America and Who's Who in Business. Recently, he was recognized for his mentoring work with young men and women related to their professional and personal growth and entrepreneurship. He was identified as one of the most influential people in Western Pennsylvania and a man of excellence by the Pittsburgh Courier. He has served as mayoral, county executive, and gubernatorial transition teams. Greg Spencer is the chairman of the Voice Foundation, of the first African-American owned and operated community foundations in the United States, and serves on the board of Imani Christian Academy, Robert Morris University, African-American Chamber Foundation, and the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center. He has served as chair of Goodwill Industries of Western Pennsylvania, including the parts of Ohio and West Virginia, chair of the Hill House, Need, and the African-American Chamber of Commerce of Western Pennsylvania. He has held board leadership roles at the Urban League of Pittsburgh, Leadership Pittsburgh, and he and his wife have endowed scholarships at Need, which is a college access program for predominantly African American students in Robert Morris University. He is the immediate past sire archon of the Northeast region of Sigma Phi fraternity, which includes Washington, D.C., Boston, New York City, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and the state Connecticut, and London, England. He lives in the Oakland section of Pittsburgh with his lovely wife, Janet Oliver Spencer.